So it turns out that when Gumby Kirk can inflame political rage, God has nothing to do with natural disasters. Let's see what Charlie Kirk has to say about the Southern California wildfires.
There is a lot happening as the tragedy in California continues. It is tempting to say that everything happening with these California fires is an act of God.
But this is happening in the Soviet Republic of California, the world's fifth largest capitalist economy. So how could God have any control over it when it's run by heathens?
Of course, partially that is correct. There's the Santa Ana winds.
Charlie, as a Christian, you have a great out here, man. The Santa Anas have held the moniker the Devil Winds for well over 150 years now. But I'm sure you've done thorough research on them, and, well, I'm curious to see what you've got.
And for anybody that has landed or tried to land a plane in the Santa Ana winds, you know that it is truly an act of God when that happens.
Boy, can most people relate to that.
But this is much deeper than that. This is not an act of God.
Charlie, you're right. It's not an act of God. It's a high-pressure air system over the Mojave Desert and Barstow, California, pushing hot air across the transverse and peninsular ranges harder and faster than you've got to hit the John after consuming another export from Barstow, Del Taco.
What you are seeing in California is man-made. What you are seeing in California is not from the heavens. It is a decision.
And of course, this decision is going to be framed in a red versus blue framework. Instead of asking the question, why did millions of people move to a desert with no natural water resources and whose ecology evolved to burn every few years?
Let's put that B-roll up, please, guys, on screen.
Yeah, I'm just going to crop around that because it's got nothing to do with the conversation and it's just rage bait.
It is a series of political decisions that have happened over a period of time.
Don't expect Charlie to get into any specifics here because, well, he's never done that in the past and he won't start now. He's just relying on his big feelings while showing his viewers big flames on the screen.
This scale of destruction of what we are seeing in Pacific Palisades, what we're seeing in Pasadena, what we're seeing all across Los Angeles County.
So we're just going to focus on the more moneyed areas of the Palisades and Pasadena and not the more working class Altadena? That's right. They're not funding your bullshit.
Is because of intentional political decisions. This is not an act of God. This is the lack of action from man.
Sure, just not in the way that you're going to present it or in a way that aligns with your political ideology. When you fuck with nature, it fucks back.
Number one, the inability or the unwillingness to clean up the brush. Environmentalists say, no, you can't clean up the brush. You might disrupt a local rabbit. There might be a local grasshopper that will get offended.
Charlie, I know you're simple, but ecological systems are not. The biodiversity is more than just rabbits and grasshoppers, and it's evolved over eons. It's what's given the natural beauty to the area to drive people to Pasadena's foothills or the Pacific Palisades coastal valleys. But nothing's perfect.
At the root of environmentalism is that human beings do not come first.
In the beginning of your book, your God gives dominion of the earth to humanity, for us to care for and maintain it the way that it is, not for us to pillage it and plunder it for our own nefarious devices.
And what you are looking right at there on screen, that is not Dresden.
Blech.
That is the Pacific Palisades. Every house is eliminated. I am now up to 15 people that I know personally that have completely lost their homes.
There have been thousands, but, let's just focus on Charlie's friends.
Lost everything that they own. 15 people, and I could show you some of the pictures, and you're seeing it up on screen.
It's a tragedy for whoever it happens to. I don't want to play light on that, so. At the link in my bio, I got a link to a friend's GoFundMe account to help out the folks out in Altadena and Pasadena, so help out if you can. I appreciate it.
Not cleaning up the brush because the environmentalists. And of course, the biggest one, number two, is the water. Gavin Newsom, who should resign in disgrace for his handling of these fires.
Let's be real. I don't know of one thing that Governor Haircut has done that Charlie Kirk hasn't come out and said he should resign in disgrace for.
has refused to allow the fresh water that comes from the heavens, act of God, to be captured and put in reservoirs to be able to fight the fires.
1, you're going to bitch and moan about the capital outlay that the state would need to budget to get those projects done. And 2, the NIMBYs are going to fight you tooth and nail to not have that infrastructure installed where it needs to be, in the area that would destroy the natural beauty of the area where they bought and built their homes.
Gavin Newsom actively dismantled 4 dams.
Where?
Gavin Newsom went out of his way to dismantle and pick apart 4 dams in the Los Angeles area.
Oh, I hadn't realized that the Klamath River north of Eureka was so close to Los Angeles. Though I suppose you're right on a cosmic scale.
And then, of course, number 3.
What could it be?
Which is that California has been the petri dish. It has been the Wuhan Institute of Virology for the woke mind virus.
Absolutely no way it could have been anything else.
California is where all of the diversity, equity, inclusion, critical race theory, LGBTQIA plus ideology has been festering.
Okay. How did the boogeyman do this?
And it turns out when you need to fight a fire, it doesn't matter if your fire chief is gay, black, lesbian, trans. It matters whether or not you have a capable firefighting force.
So do we have any evidence of how a diverse firefighting force has exacerbated this problem? Or did you just have to say it because it's one of your shows?
And they have intentionally tried to drive out all of the white people from the firefighting force in Los Angeles.
Now, I'm a bit south of LA, but 95% of the firefighters I know look like this. Mustache included.
Oh, we don't need white men to fight fires.
This is another complaint without a problem. And you've still brought no receipts on how diversity has encouraged these fires to continue to burn.
So they have a fish first policy.
Another made up problem because those dams taken down were shown to be the whole state away.
They have a let's not offend the grasshopper policy.
Simple problems for simple minds don't create long-term solutions.
Turns out when you have to fight a fire and you prioritize things that don't matter above things that do matter, don't be shocked when your city burns to a crisp.
Keep stretching, Gumby, but you will never find receipts to support these made-up problems that you have, and you're certainly not coming up with any solutions. Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you so much. Hit the link in my bio to find that GoFundMe. It'll be under the links drop down. And we only got a few days left on TikTok, so find me out on some other platforms. If that's where you are already, hey, stick around. I'm going to keep doing this stuff. It's fun. It's silly. I'm enjoying myself. I hope you are too. All right. I'll catch you next time. Miss you. Love you. Bye.